Hi, it's Kirsty here from My Home Truths. I'm here for another Wins of the Week with you. This week's actually been a good week. I actually have some wins, yay! Um, First off, the biggest win, as I'm hoping I share with a few others of you out there, is the fact that our kids went back to school. And after one day of school refusal, where Gilbert decided he didn't want to go back to school on Monday because every other term of the year in New South Wales you go back on the Tuesday, he finally went and he's had a really good week. So I'm really excited about that, and the girls have too. So it's been really, really good. So you've got to be happy about that. And I've also enjoyed having a week to myself after having a, 2 full weeks of kids with holidays, and then having a really up and down and out of sorts term 3 because of Matilda's broken arm. So it's been a really, really good and a positive week. This week from the kids' point of view. The only thing was, and I did share this a little bit earlier in a post, was that we went to the speechy for Gilbert, and she feels she can't do much more for him at the moment. So we're going to a psychologist, and we may even look at some behaviour clinician support with him, and that's with some behaviour that he's exhibiting. We're not sure if it's stress from high school, the prospective transition. Not sure whether it's because he's 12 and he's growing and he's getting hormones, but his behaviour is getting a little bit harder to cope with here at home, in as far as some of the language he's using and the way he's speaking, referring to us and the girls. So even though that wasn't really a win as such, at least we have a way forward, so we can count that as well. But talking of wins and talking of Gilbert, another win this week was that we ended up getting his days for supported transition for the rest of the term, which is good. So for next week, you'll have two hour sessions over 5 weeks, which is really exciting. So that's a win, and hopefully that will go a long way to getting him ready for high school and getting him in a space where he's happy to do that and go next year. There's been some other wins as well, some more wins personally for me, which is really good, because we can't forget ourselves as special needs parents. We're people first. So I made a big decision at the start of the week to try and reclaim my life a little bit. Last term, particularly because of Matilda's broken arm and the fact that it seemed I just didn't get a break at all during the term. Things just kept going wrong, kept getting sick, etc. My routine for working, my routine for having me time, my routine for having exercise all went out the window, and I was eating to compensate. And let's just say at the end of the school holidays this term, with last term with clothes and things, I'm feeling not myself. I know that I've put on weight and I'm not feeling happy with myself. So at the start of the week, I decided to get on the scales for the first time in ages. A very scary number came up, but that galvanised me. So this week I've been eating better, having salads for lunch. I haven't been having the kids' leftovers, which has been a good move. Haven't been having dessert or chocolate at night. Feeling so much better for myself, and I've also gone out for 2 5-kilometre walks after I've dropped the kids off at school. And just having that me time and having that time to myself and that time to think and to try and reclaim my thought processes, etc., has really helped me. And I've also started losing a little bit of that weight again, which is fantastic. So I feel much better. I feel more in control of myself. I have the willpower. So I think sometimes just a win for me was actually sort of reclaiming myself and committing to me. And I think that's a really important thing we should all be doing, is committing to ourselves, and making sure that we're looking after ourselves so we can look after our kids. The other big win of the week was that I finally finished a couple of projects I've been working on for ages, and I never thought that I'd see the end of them. One of them was a contract that I had, so fingers crossed that's working. That's going to be what the client needs and wants. But more importantly, I finally finished my ebook on family travel and autism, which I'm looking to get out to you guys by the end of the year. I'm sending it off to an editor to have a look at. Someone from Aspect is looking at it as well from an autism point of view, to make sure that what I'm actually sharing and providing there as information will work. It's a very practical guide. It has my experiences as an autism parent and taking my kids overseas, and also has checklists and and a lot of different templates and things that are practical for you and your children to use when it comes time to going on holidays. So I'm hoping to get that out really soon. So that's a really big win and a positive for me, was to get that to a point where I'm happy to give it to people not within my circle. So it just needs to then be set properly and put out there, which is pretty exciting. And flowing on from that, next Saturday, if you're local to Newcastle, next Saturday I'm talking at a Travel with Kids Expo at Wallsend Diggers. It's running from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And it's going to obviously be focused on family travel, travelling with kids. But Aspect are going to be there because I'll be collecting gold coin donations. But they'll also be talking to people about autism, but also with a presentation with me about travelling as an autism family. So I'm really hoping that some people can come along and hopefully get an indicator of what's going to be in my book, because my presentation is going to be based on that. And also, you know, maybe have the chance to book a holiday or have a chance to consider doing something you've been putting off for years. Because the whole reason I've written this, the whole reason I'm really passionate about it, is we didn't travel for a long time. We put it off. We thought it was too hard. And then we took the leap. We made small steps, and that's the really important point. You've got to start small and then move way up. But we ended up being able to go to America with our kids for 3 weeks. And it was fantastic. And we survived. We survived the plane trip. We survived going to a theme park. We went to Disney World. It's the biggest theme park in the world. And we went there and we survived. I must say it's a very great autism-friendly place. I think it is anyway. We didn't have any problems there, and we'd love to go back. So basically the book is there for people to really get some ideas, to try and push past the barriers that you have. And there's a lot of barriers to travel, I know. And I've tried to give as much, I suppose, suggestions for getting past them as possible. It's not going to be for everybody. Not everyone is going to be in the mental state to travel. Not everyone is going to be able to, practically. I understand that. But if it's one of these things that you've always wanted to do, and something that you feel you've sort of held you back on because you thought you just couldn't, you either didn't have the confidence or you just thought it was all too hard, hopefully this book will help you. So you'll hear more about that in a few weeks, sort of as we get closer to getting that to be released. But hopefully you guys, some of you can come along next week. So next Saturday, the 22nd of October at Wallsend Diggers from 10 o'clock. And we'll be talking at 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock, giving, say, a half an hour presentation on travelling as an autism family. So hopefully see you there. So yes, it's been a great week of wins for me. A lot of progress has been made. I really hope it's been a week of wins for you. And I really hope to see some of the wins you might be able to add below and let me know how you've gone too. So I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Just to let you know, I'll be a bit later on my Monday video. It's normally at 10 o'clock, but I actually have an appointment with Matilda. We're having a look at her arm and hopefully get an idea for when the wires will come out. So Monday's video will probably be maybe 11 o'clock, 11:30 instead, as the appointment's nearly on 10, so I can't see that happening. But have a great weekend, guys, and I will talk to you next week. See ya.